the deepest wish of every sentient being is to be happy all the time, and to be free from suffering all the time. So maybe your first question is, what is this? What is real happiness? Yeah. So maybe we could start by thinking about what isn't real happiness. So, we look at us in modern day life. What are we going to have a happy life? Like, let's say my thing is cheesecake.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it is my thing. But you take anything.
Yes.
Yeah, and for different people, it's different things. So, Buddha takes these things, and I guess in a way, he's encouraging us, okay, be courageous, because this is a bit of a shocking discovery. But the happiness that we're going for in those things isn't the real thing. And he gives a bit of logic to prove it. He's saying, like, let's say I have a bad day, yeah? And I think, okay, I need a piece of cheesecake. Clearly I need a piece of cheesecake when I get home to feel better, yeah? There's a little bit of subtext on that. It's like, the cheesecake's going to make me feel better, meaning the cheesecake's going to make me happy, meaning the cheesecake can cause happiness, yeah? So, okay, that's what we're kind of running on, these things. And each of us is different, but we have the same premise in our mind, like, if I do that, it's going to make me happy. So, if something causes something else, it never changes halfway through and causes the opposite. For example, a fire causes heat, cause heat effect,
Yes.
It doesn't change halfway through and suddenly start making everything cold. It's just, I know it sounds a little bit obvious, but we have to apply this to our logic with respect to where we're finding happiness. And so if cheesecake is what causes happiness for me, then the more cheesecake I eat, the happier I have to become.
Yeah.
That's what we're running on, that kind of logic.
Yeah.
The point of this kind of exploration is that this happiness that we get from these things, Buddha, he gives it various names. Like our teacher also, he softened it a bit. He called it changing happiness.
Okay.
Or because it changes. Or artificial happiness. Okay. Buddha called it changing suffering. Okay. This is where we kind of, because we don't like to hear this about our cheesecake habit.
No.
Like, that's that's like my refuge. So,
yes.
So don't say anything that's going to challenge it, please. So he explains that these things that we experience are not actual happiness. They're a reduction of previous suffering. So for example, like, to understand that, maybe it's, like, let's say you have an injury with immense physical pain, yeah? And you go into the hospital and someone gives you an analgesic injection, a painkiller, and the pain goes right down, and you feel, there's a happiness there.
Yeah.
Yeah?
A relief.
Exactly. It's a relief. But it's not actual happiness yet. Okay? He's saying that all these things that we're normally chasing can never give us what we're really seeking. So I need to add a little insert here. Okay? Because in case anybody's getting nervous about all the things they love. When I heard this, I was like, what do you mean? This? It's not real happiness? Anyway. So this doesn't mean that you don't eat cheesecake. It doesn't mean that you don't exercise. It doesn't mean that you don't do any of these things. Like, we need to do these things. But we're just growing wisdom about something that's really deep for us.